Peppa Pig and the Werewolf Curse. It all started one strange night. The moon was especially large and bright. Peppa woke up to howling outside her window. She looked out and saw Daddy Pig standing on the lawn, his eyes glowing, mouth slightly open, and steam rising from it. He let out a guttural growl. In the morning, everything looked normal. Daddy Pig was reading the newspaper. Mummy was cooking breakfast. But they had strange scratches on their arms, and their eyes avoided Peppa's. George sat quietly, drawing circles in the air. Each day, things got creepier. Mummy Pig began eating raw meat. George scratched at the doors at night. Daddy Pig no longer spoke, only growled. On the third night, Peppa woke to loud howling beneath her window. She looked out. Her family stood in the yard. Their bodies were covered in coarse fur, their eyes animalistic, their hands clawed. Peppa stifled a scream. In the morning, they acted as if nothing had happened. But Peppa knew this wasn't her family, or not anymore. She went to Grandma and Grandpa's, but they were oddly silent too. In the shed, Peppa found Grandpa's torn jacket and claw marks on the door. The curse had spread. Peppa knew she had to act. In an old book hidden in the attic, she found mention of a witch who lived beyond forests and seas, able to lift ancient curses. The next morning, while the family still slept, she packed her bag and left. First came the foggy forest. Peppa wandered among trees, hearing whispers. Shadows moved on their own. One voice whispered, "You seek the one who knows. Go to the river." At the river, swamp creatures with glowing green eyes blocked her path. They wouldn't let her pass until she solved the riddle carved into stone. What lives without a body, speaks without a mouth, and moves without legs? An echo, Peppa said, and the path opened. Next, the sea of darkness. Her boat rocked on black water. The sky vanished, everything turned gray. Hands reached from the water, but Peppa looked only forward. A voice in her head said, "You won't return the same." On a distant shore stood an old house. Inside, the witch, her face woven from shadow, her eyes glowing violet. She listened silently to Peppa's story. "There is a cure," she whispered, "but the way back is harder. They will be waiting." Peppa received a small violet vial. It pulsed in her hoof. The way back was filled with traps. The forest darker, the sea deeper, and shadows whispered her name. At home, her family waited. They stood on the lawn, now fully werewolves. Their glowing eyes and claws dug into the ground. But when Peppa raised the vial, they froze. Drop by drop, to Daddy, to Mummy, to George, to Grandma and Grandpa. Their bodies trembled, fur faded, and their eyes became human once more. Peppa said nothing. She just hugged George tightly. He hugged back. A single tear glistened on his cheek. Since then, on every full moon, the whole family goes to bed early. And Peppa always checks if the vial is still in its place.